Welcome back to Northwest Newsweek Year in Review, Episode 3. A bold step forward in December by the Township of Ignace as it officially announced that its council will be the body that makes the final decision on whether or not the community will play host to an underground nuclear waste storage repository. Ignace was one of the first communities to volunteer itself a decade ago as a potential host site for the proposed facility currently being explored by the Nuclear Waste Management Organization. Final decision by the NWMO on if Ignace will be a suitable site for the project is expected to be made in 2023, but one of the parameters set by the agency is that the community must be a willing host. The discussions of having the question on the ballot has been suggested by many groups and organizations, but Ignace Mayor Penny Lucas says she believes the project will be an election issue, and by putting the final decision in the hands of council just makes sense.
I think that's going to be one of the ways where the community is going to show whether they are part of their willingness. That's part of the willingness process. So I'm sure that every candidate is going to be asked, are you in favor of this project or not? If yes or no, why? And that's going to show NWMO and I guess the rest of the world whether or not Ignace is interested in looking at becoming a host for this project.
December saw the dispute between the town of Manitowage and their volunteer firefighters escalate further, following the sudden resignation of Deputy Fire Chief Dennis Narbonne, stating the community's fire crews are in a grave situation. Narbonne says 6 of the 20 members of the volunteer service have now either resigned or been dismissed by the acting fire chief. And after more than 28 years with the fire service, he says he did not leave on good terms. In a letter to the community posted on social media, he claims the dispute is entirely about the lack of regard for the safety of firefighters and residents, along with non-communication between senior officers and township management. In November, all 23 volunteer firefighters took a sudden leave of absence in order to make their concerns known. Town officials say there's been a lot of misinformation circulating about the dispute, and that they say a 31-hour-long withdrawal of services has led to a pending review by the fire service by the Ontario Fire Marshal in early December. In early December, the township announced they had hired a new fire chief who would be taking command in July. And that wraps up our recap of 2021. If you wish to recap more of the year's top stories, log on to tbnewswatch.com, where you can see all of the episodes of Northwest Newsweek we've produced this year and in years past. While much of what 2022 has to offer is yet to remain unknown to us all, we know that we will be there to cover the stories that matter and have an impact on the region. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the new year.